Oh, there they are.
So, you must be the financial wizard Ben has been raving about all week.
Actually, Val is the one presenting to us today.
What?
Glad you can make it in, Val. We're excited to hear your ideas on how our two companies can help each other grow.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I'm excited to share my vision with both of you.
May I have a word with you, Ben? Outside, please.
Can you give us a second?
Sure.
What were you thinking, Ben? Please, why didn't you tell me this meeting was with a woman? Come on, you know we have no time to waste on nonsense. We need to find a financing partner by the end of the day, or the board will have our heads.
I'm sorry, but I knew that if I told you about Val, you wouldn't have taken the meeting.
You're darn right I wouldn't have.
And I think that would be a mistake. She has great ideas that can help us. Plus, her company is new, which means her rates are lower.
You're so naive, Ben, please. There is no way a woman knows a thing about financing. And let me remind you, we need to find a financial partner by the end of the working day, okay? Or the board will clean the house.
The board ordered us to explore all options. But if you want me to tell them that you refuse to do that based on Val's gender, all I'm asking is that you hear her out. I know you'll love her pitch if you give it a chance.
Okay, Ben, I will give her a chance, definitely. But I'm not gonna go easy on her just because she's a woman. I'm not a softie like your entire generation.
Sorry about the delay, Val. Are you ready to present?
Yes.
Let's save us all some time here and cut to the chase, okay? Before I endure your presentation, I'm gonna ask you some basic knowledge questions just to vet your knowledge in the business. If you get any wrong, this meeting is over immediately. Sounds fair?
That's not what we talked about.
Quiet.
Okay. I'm sure I can handle it. But if I answer all the questions correctly, I want you to tell everyone in this room that women are just as competent as men in business.
Fine. You got yourself a deal. Ready?
I've been ready.
What are the most common multiples used in valuation?
There are several, including EV assets and sales, PE ratio.
What is IRR?
Internal rate of return. It's a popular capital budgeting technique.
What is RAROC?
Risk-adjusted return on capital. It's the most accurate way of determining a bank's profitability.
Okay. One last thing. You find yourself in an emergency situation in which you're leading a group of 100 people. You know for a fact if you go left, 50 dies and 50 won't. But if you go right, there is a 50-50 chance that everyone dies or everyone survives. Which way would you lead them to?
Grayson, how's that relevant?
Well, I'd have to go right.
Nope, that is wrong.
Wait a second.
Ben, I gave her a fair chance and she failed, just like I told you she would.
I'm sorry about that. Just wait here a few more moments, okay? Grayson, wait a second. That was completely unfair.
Listen, Ben, I gave her a fair chance and I'm done wasting her time.
You asked her a completely subjective question.
Well, the question might be subjective, but it shows that she can't make tough decisions. No women can. The business world is savage. It's a jungle. And her answer to the question proves it. Look over there. That's Mr. Jones of Capital Investment. His firm is a powerhouse. He's a true investment giant. Not unlike that little girl that you have in there, okay? If someone like him partnered with us, the board will be doing backflips and we'll be set.
But Val's proposal is cheaper. It might be the better deal in the long run.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Grayson?
So good of you to come in today. I can't explain to you how much of an honor it would be to have someone of your stature partner with us. Please follow me to my office.
I'm really sorry about how this worked out, Val. Truly.
It's okay. It's not your fault. And unfortunately, this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
I'm so sorry to hear that. If it were up to me, we'd be partnering with your company. I really like your proposal, but Grayson is a senior partner.
Sure, I understand. Well, thanks for giving me a shot and not treating me like I'm some woman who's pretending to be in business.
Let me walk you both out.
Okay.
You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to meeting you, sir.
I see real potential in a partnership between our companies.
If by potential you mean profits, I totally agree with you. Oh my God, if you only knew the meeting I was forced to suffer through before you arrived. One of our junior partners had the gall to bring a woman to pitch.
Is that right?
Can you believe that? A woman telling me how to invest? Come on, what's the world coming to? I told my subordinate, listen, this is business, okay? It's the jungle here. Women don't belong in this area. This is just too cutthroat for their weak temperament.
Is that how you really feel?
100%. And let me tell you something. This one here was a real dolt, okay? So she would have been much better off staying at home in the kitchen where she belongs. You know, that I believe is lack of proper guidance. You know what, growing up? So I put the blame on the parents.
Again, sorry it didn't work out this time. But if you're willing, I'd really like to have you back in a few months to try again. Maybe Grayson will be more receptive.
Somehow I doubt that, but I'm always open to a good deal. You have my info?
Val? What are you doing here?
Do you know her?
This is my daughter.
I was here presenting an investment opportunity to Mr. Grayson's firm. Same as you, I imagine.
That's my girl. Always had a nose for a good investment. Chip off the old block.
Well, apparently Mr. Grayson here doesn't agree. He wouldn't listen to a word I said simply because I'm a woman.
Wait a minute, I just didn't know who you were. Had I known you came from such a good stock, of course I would have gladly listened.
Oh, spare me, Mr. Grayson. You were rude, judgmental, and misogynistic from the moment I stepped foot through the front door. What, you think I'm not tough enough to make it in this business? Well, nothing could be further from the truth. I've had to fight every single day of my career just to get men like you to see past the fact that I'm a woman. Sure, I could have used my father's name to cut corners, but I wanted to chart my own path and create my own success. Do you want to know why I chose to answer your question the way I did? Why I chose to go right instead of left? It's because I'd rather take a chance to save everyone's life. Or in our case, make everyone money, rather than choosing the easy way out. And that is how I approach business. And it's why my little startup is the fastest growing investment firm in the town.
Wait a moment, you got me all wrong here. I firmly believe that women are as competent as men in business, if not better.
Oh, please. We all know you don't mean that. You treated me with contempt solely based on my gender. Whereas Ben here looked past that and actually listened to my proposal. He treated me the same way he'd treat a man. And that's because he knows that a good idea can come from anywhere and anyone.
Mr. Jones, if you allow me to explain.
I think I've heard quite enough from you. If Val thinks this is a good investment, then I am sure that she's right. Tell your board that I'll happily partner with your company in tandem with my daughter's company at half my normal rate. But I insist that you'll be in charge of the merger.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. It'd be an honor.
Mr. Jones, he can't do that. He's too new.
I'm sure your board will disagree after I speak with them. And don't worry, I'll be certain to suggest a much needed change in senior partners. Should we have lunch to celebrate?
Sounds good to me.
Ben, please join us.
Yeah. You guys like Thai food?
I love Thai.
All right.